Welcome back to week 6 of me chasing my dreams of playing in the US Open. After countless 3-putts last week, I decided to go back to Princeton Country Club to try and break 50. After struggling to hit a driver or 3-wood the entire week, I decided to tee off with my 9-iron. And surprisingly, I was able to make it onto the fairway. I also didn't want to spend 30 minutes looking for my ball after I sliced the drive into the trees. A good second shot and I was able to chip onto the green and 3. Everyone knows I never make my par putts, so my first putt just barely missed, and I wasn't able to sink the second one. Breaking 50 will be pretty hard if I don't stop 3-putting. Moving on to the next hole, I realized that apparently I can't hit a 7-iron either, as I absolutely topped my tee shot, but I followed up with a decent shot to get into the fairway. My third shot should have been a pretty simple straight shot, but I hook it right and hit a tree. Just great. I'm able to get back into the fairway, and my fifth shot ends up right next to the green. My chip gets pretty close to the hole, and as I think that I'm about to sink my putt, it lips out. Maybe I need to start taking out the flag stick. 1 3-putt and 5 over. I probably should have played a different day. On hole 3, I had pretty big plans of trying to get bogey, but that all went out the window when I hooked my tee shot right, and then had to punch it out of the trees and onto the fairway. My third shot went a lot better than my tee shot, and if I hit my pitching wedge instead of a 52 degree, I would have been putting for bogey, assuming I hit the green. Instead, I hit a weak chip shot and had a pretty long putt for double bogey. It would take an absolute miracle for me to sink my first putt, so this time I just leave it short. Then I misread the second putt and leave myself a tap in for 4 over par. Suddenly this is becoming, can I make 9 triple bogeys on the front 9? Feeling completely defeated, I step up to this par 3 and stick my tee shot onto the green. Once again, I misread the first putt, but I tap it in for par, and this is pretty weird. I've never shot this slow on a hole before. Coming back to my senses, I completely shank my tee shot. This is starting to feel a lot more normal. My second shot felt pretty good, but it hit a tree and then I had to go searching. I punched the third shot into the fairway and then laid it up just shy of the green. A pretty good chip shot and I'm putting again. My first putt looked like it was pretty makeable, but I just can't make putts. I knocked down my second putt, and I'm just happy it wasn't a 3-putt. Off the tee box, I hit a pretty good shot to get me into the middle of the fairway. On my next shot, I look like I completely forgot how to hit the ball, but with the help of a few trees, I have a pretty good look at the pin. I stick this right next to the green and chip my way closer to the hole. And as I get ready to putt, I leave my first putt short. Again. I 2-putt for double bogey, and this doesn't look too bad. Another par 3 and another chance to make par. Well, not exactly. My tee shot goes left, and I have a chip onto the green. My chip shot hits the flag and bounces into the fringe. Imagine if I dunked it in for birdie. I chip it close and tap in for bogey. Not exactly what I wanted. Coming off a bogey, I really wanted to make another one on this hole. I can't remember if I ever got back-to-back bogeys. I hit a surprisingly good tee shot, and I followed up with another great shot. I leave myself a pretty good chip onto the green, and I'm able to make it. I feel like my pitch game has gotten a bit better, and I'm not really blading it past the green anymore. I leave myself a pretty long putt, but I'm able to put it to tap-in range. So I tap it in for bogey, and I wish I started off the round playing like this. Hole 9. This is where I fell apart last week. I hook my tee shot a bit right, but I'm able to get it back on the fairway with my second shot. I follow it up with a third shot that I'm able to stick onto the green. Putting for par, and I'm just hoping I don't 5-putt like I did last week. My first putt was a bit weak, but I do think I had the right line if I put a bit more on it. I barely missed my second putt, so I tap it in for a 3-putt and double bogey. I will gladly take that over the 5-putt and 5 over. Overall, I didn't hit the goal of breaking 50 since I shot 18 over par and got a 53, but I would say I came pretty close. I definitely got better on most of the holes compared to last week, and I was 100% better at putting today. I think my worst was a 3-putt. I will be trying this challenge again next week, and I think I can break 50. If I can get my driver or 3-wood to actually go straight, then I think I can do it. Tune in next week to see if I end up breaking 50, and don't forget to leave a comment with your best golf tips.